What's up you guys, it is Brad here, and today I am in my Lego room, and in this video I'm going to be doing some rearranging to the room here. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love my Lego room, but there are a few things in the room right now that just don't work for me. So for starters, basically over the last year and a bit, I've had these two coffee tables right here. Basically when you walk in the room, you see these coffee tables. They are just absolutely full of sets, one of them being the Titanic, which is the largest set I ever own, and then the Coliseum being like the second largest, and then I've just got a ton of sets down here on the floor, and it's like, it looks just chaotic. Another thing that I don't like is that underneath the Lego City table and in a variety of other places, I just have a ton of extra Lego vehicles. Like for example, I have several boxes underneath the city table just like this, full of Lego vehicles that I just have no room for. In my city, I want it to look like a city, but I don't want it to be too much traffic, so that's why the vehicles aren't in there, but they're just not very good sitting in a box under the city where no one can see them. And I've also got a few different shelves here in the city that just aren't really used to their fullest potential, like some of the other ones here. So today in this video, my goal is to rearrange these things and make the Lego room something that I'm completely proud of and not just like half proud of, you know. So for starters, one of the first things I think about doing is adding shelves above here to my Lego city. Originally, I had the idea to add floating shelves because I think they'd just be a little bit wider and maybe I could even put things like buildings and stuff like that. It'd be really cool. However, to add floating shelves in the Lego city would be very, very challenging. What I'd have to do would be completely move the entire city, because if I'm going to be doing any drilling, obviously the dust would fall down into the city. Plus, I can't really drill into these walls without a special hammer drill, which I don't have, my dad would have, so he'd have to come up here and do them for me. I'd also have to buy all the shelves, and it would just get expensive, and I don't know when I would get it done. So instead, I think I'm going to use some photo ledges. I'll show you guys in a quick second, but I actually have some extra photo ledges in my laundry room for my actual condo. So these are the three shelves right here that I think will go perfect here in my Lego room. They're just like photo ledges, and I had three of them with actual photos on them in my house, and I think these will be perfect for storing like some Lego vehicles and stuff like that. It would probably be better if I could put them upside down on the wall because then they have a little bit more space, but I feel like this probably just makes the most sense and will be the most stable. So I bought these command strips right here to actually hang the photo ledges because, as I said, I can't really drill, so hopefully this holds the Lego. So yes, I think the goal is going to be to add these above here in the Lego city, and of course deal with all of this mess. I think the Titanic needs a better home, and I think it should go up here. I'd love to be able to walk into the Lego room and be like, the first thing you see is the Lego Titanic, because I think that would be really, really cool. So I brought the photo ledges into the Lego room here, and I do have three of them, so I'll be able to pretty much cover the entire wall right here, which will look really cool. I'll grab the city bus here just so I can see what it looks like. But like, I think that will look pretty cool. You know, I'll just have a bunch of different vehicles out. As I said in the laundry room, if it was upside down, I'd probably be able to store vehicles a little bit better, but I think that would be really cool. So just doing some more experimenting with how this will look with the trucks here, and what I've done is I've actually added a couple 2x4 bricks underneath just to push it up a little bit so the ledge here on the photos doesn't look too bad and you can still see all the vehicles. So we'll have to see when the shelves are actually up here which one I need or not, but I just wanted to see what it looked like. I am about to hang the shelves up here now. I had to move the city out of the way just so I could get in here with my step ladder and actually hang everything, but this is going to be a little bit of a fun mess to put back together, but I'm very excited for these shelves to go up. There we go. I've got these shelves hung up here now, and that was really stressful, and I'm still actually very anxious that they might fall just because I'm not like super thrilled with how stable they are, but I'm hoping for the best, guys. Wish me luck. But I've started putting up a few things here, including a couple vehicles as well as two of my train sets. I got the city table back in place now, which is awesome because the shelves up here, I've already filled the middle because that's the only one that I won't be able to reach, and then I still have the step ladder there because all I need to do is walk right here and I'll be able to reach there with the step ladder. So I'll be doing the same with the other side. So right now, just kind of going through my box right here of cars that I found underneath the city table to figure out what I'm going to be able to fit up there, what I want on display, and then what can maybe go back into the city. I've been filling the shelves with the vehicles, and I realized I hate how it looks with the trains up there. I really get what I was trying to do by putting the trains, but they just take up so much space and they don't look that good. So trains are coming down and more vehicles are going to go in their place. There we go. This looks so much better now. I've got all the vehicles up here. Really, really happy with how that looks. And of course, above the Lego city, it looks pretty sick. It's also really helped me get rid of a lot of the cars that I had in these bins, and will just like tidy up the Lego room overall. So now that I've been so successful with my shelves above the Lego city, it is time to tackle this mess right here. All of these sets that need to be put away. I've been building other Lego sets recently, so I'm going to have to put these away as well. But I need to get these sets away because I really ideally would like to move this coffee table out of here so I can actually see the shelves and just clean the Lego room up a little. So I think there are some sets down here on these bottom shelves that I could definitely deconstruct and just keep for parts. Like, do I really need some of them? I really don't think so. So that is a good plan. And then by doing that, I'll be able to clear off some of the sets from the coffee table right here. And the Titanic, I really want to go up here. I know it seems a little bit crazy, but I want the Titanic placed front and center. And I feel like right here on this table, it is not getting the attention that it deserves for being like the largest Lego set I have in my collection. So I think some rearranging can do this room really good. So I guess for starters, I'm gonna move this chair out of the way just so I can, actually reach some of the sets here. So when I look down here, it's very, very dusty, so I'm apologizing for that off the bat. But like, this is pretty cool. I can keep that. This I'm never going to put in the city. It's just not that nice. This part here is cool. I think that's part of a set. This bike is cool. This, again, I'm never really going to use. Same with the city diner right here. Like, I don't really need that. This building, even though it's very dusty, I am going to keep it. Same with this right here. And I don't remember what set this is from, so I can probably get rid of that, get rid of that. I really should get rid of this, but part of me just, like, both of these buildings actually right here, the Friends ones, I think I should get rid of them, but part of me just can't bring myself to do it, so I might just hold on to them and make it a little bit easier on myself. And I think same with these sets down here. Like, I don't need to get rid of any of them because they're all pretty cool sets, especially the agent sets, but I think I could do a much better display with them. Same with these. Like, these shelves are just kind of, they feel like a little bit catch-all, so I'm going to remove all of the sets from it. Same with the Dreams one down here and maybe even the vintage one, and just like rearrange some of the shelves. I've actually got my bin of Lego bricks to be sorted, and I'm going to be I'm going to cake this off because I think this is kind of a cool statue. So I might like reuse this in the city or something like that. But all of these pieces can go in here because I just don't need them. And I'll separate these at another time. Same with this building right here. This part is cool. And maybe I'll keep like the hamburger as well. Just for like, sometimes it's good for the Lego city. Yeah, the rest of it can get broken down. I think now as well I need to move this table out of the way just so I can get a better holistic view of all my shelves right here. The reorg has been going pretty well here so far. I have just like redone these shelves right down here. I made room finally for the general store, which is really exciting. I also made room for the snack shack over here, which are two of the Bricklink Designer Program sets. I added like the backhoe up here, or whatever that's called, I don't remember, and the crane right here and some of the books as well. So that has been pretty good, and I've emptied out a bunch of shelves over here as well. Made a lot of mess. You can see a bunch of it's on the review table right here. Added a bunch of the city sets down here. Sorry, my stepladder is in the way, but you guys can see a bunch of them are down there just because they don't really need to be on display, but I don't want to get rid of them yet, so that's a good spot for them. And then I've started putting Disney sets over here, but I'm not entirely sure. It just looks a little too big, like that shelf is just too large for the Disney set, so I don't think they'll go there permanently. I might actually move some of the books or something like that over there and put the books here and put the Disney sets over there, not sure. Empty shelf right here, and a shelf that still needs to be emptied right here. What I'm about to do right now is just like get rid of all the sets that are up here because this is where the Lego Titanic is gonna go, and I'm very, very excited to put it up there. But that's why I've got the stepladder out, because I've been rearranging up here, just condensing some of the planes and stuff like that, so I can fill it with the boats and everything. I just lifted the Lego Titanic up here, and I knew I should have cleared every Lego set around it, but I didn't. And that's why now I have a couple planes that are absolutely shattered here on the floor. Oops, totally my fault. I knew what I needed to do, and I didn't do it. Do you ever get mad when 30 seconds could have saved you like 20 minutes? I do. But anyway, that's going to look really good up here. It looks way better in person than it does on camera just because there is a little bit of a glare because of the lights. But I'm going to move one boat, I think, or something like that. Maybe, yeah, I'm going to definitely move one boat, probably that little Friends one there, so I can shift the Titanic down a little. And then instead of planes here, it's going to be more boats. The planes up here are looking really, really good. And you guys can see the Titanic looks amazing. I've added a bunch of boats next to it here as well. So really liking how this is looking, of course. So that is a blast. I'm going to try and do some reorganizing of the brickheads here as well. Some of them have fallen over apparently, and some of them are just kind of all over the place. So these are going to have to get double stacked soon because you guys can see I am out and I still have a ton of my closet that are unbuilt. And I've also just moved my bin of broken Lego pieces that was down here previously because I actually need to fill the space with Lego sets just because I'm out of space everywhere else. Sorry you guys, but for the next little part of this video, there may be some background noise because I've just installed this air purifier here in the legroom because I realized, like, as I'm rearranging everything today, a lot of dust is going in the air. So it's kind of smart to use one of these just to get the dust out of it. So apologies if you guys can hear that in the background. So this is what the shelf ended up looking like here in the Lego room, like this shelf right here. I feel like this, looks better than it has in years. So I've gone ahead and I've got the jazz band right here, which I just think looks really cool. I needed a narrow shelf for that, so that's why it's there. I put a few poly bags here, my coasters. I've got my Freddy set from Dom right here, which is really cool. Below that, I've got a bunch of Lego Creator 3-in-1, some gifts, and just some fun little stuff. And then below that, I've got all my DVDs that I have in my Lego room here. And the reason the DVDs are still in here, I've talked about this before, but this is the only room in my house with a DVD player. And that's because sometimes when I'm working in the Lego room, I throw some stuff on the TV right there. So these are just my DVD collection. I've got like NCIS and some Lego ones as well, but I really like how the shelf is looking right now. I've also rearranged up here a little bit. I talked about putting the flowers in the mug right here, which I'm excited about. I added the bird right here. I've got 2 of my vehicles, and then I've got a bunch of other Speed Champions all right here, which I think look really good, and I want to get more of the new F1 ones, so I'll have to find a new home for those because obviously they're not going to fit there anymore. Over here, the BrickHeads, I haven't really done anything here. I just lined them up and kind of straightened them up a little, but I do have a lot more BrickHeads that I still need to build, so I'm probably gonna wait, and then once I've got all the BrickHeads in my backlog built, I might start double stacking them and putting like all of them in order. Right now they're mostly in order, but then down here it gets a little bit confusing, so I'm also gonna see if I can ask my dad to get me some plywood. We'll paint it white, and just so I can put it back there and have multiple layers of the BrickHeads. So I think that would be very, very helpful, so I'll reach out to him and see if that's something we're able to do. Down here, just got the Disney sets. Obviously this shelf will need to be filled up a little bit more. I've got all my agent sets down here, which is really cool. And again, I feel like I could get a few more agent sets, which I always collect as many agent sets as I can to really fill these shelves up. And again, this shelf right here, completely open. I can do a lot more with that. I've just put my vehicles there for now. I never ended up changing the city set right here just because I felt like it was kind of perfect the way it was. And I just not condensed, but I added a few more sets to this shelf right here just to make it a little bit more full. Same right here, but it's still got some open space because I still have some older Lego sets, some more vintage ones that need to be added. And then of course, this shelf down here, which was boxes and this kind of useless wasted space before, is full of a bunch of like random things that I could put in the city, mocks, and just things that I don't really want to destroy yet. I went ahead and added all of my Pick-a-Brick boxes right up here, which is really funny. So I don't know why I saved those. I probably could flatten them, but they're up here for now. And I've got a few of the other boxes, like the Pink Bucket Nation one, some masks in my heads, and then up here just some other boxes from PR. I've got 2 planes, my shoe boxes, and my shoebox, sorry, and there's actually shoes in that. And then of course the Brickmania car, the head, the Jurassic Park set is now over here, which is really cool. I really like this set, you guys. It's a pretty cool one. And then the planes over here. A bunch of them that were way over there where the Titanic is are now right here, including the Friends private jet, which I've actually raised up, which I think looks really cool. But all the planes look really cool right here, I think, so I'm happy with the placement of all of them. I'm a big fan of all the planes. I raised the hot air balloon there as well. And then of course I've got all my boats and everything right there, and the Titanic, which every time I walk into the Lego room still throws me off a little because I'm just not used to it being so clean when you walk in. Like, it's normally a little bit more chaotic, but now I've just got this huge setup there. But I'm very happy with how the Lego room is looking. I love the fact that I was able to get rid of that coffee table right there because I just wasn't a fan of it anymore, and it looked way too crowded. I kind of prefer not to have the chair here, but it is nice to have the chair because when people come into the Lego room, like, there's only really this chair and this chair, so it is nice for have people to sit and stuff like that. But then of course I've already showed all these sets down here are in good shape and in good standing, and I'm happy with how the city's looking as well. So I would have to say, you guys, this was definitely a very, very successful Lego room rearranging. I was able to make a lot of progress here, clear up a lot of space, which is really good. I think like most Lego fans, like when you have your space like this, like I live in a condo, so this is the space I have for Lego. I can't just like get a shed or expand, take over a little bit more of my basement. Like I'm working with limited space. I'm actually very fortunate because it's not that limited, but I can't just expand. So as my Lego collection continues to grow, I have to just adapt my space with it. And that's what I was able to successfully do in this video. I didn't add new space. I didn't make new shelves. I just like condensed sets, tore things apart, and just like rearranged and tried to make better use of the space that I have. Like over there, it was just wasted space before, and I was able to clear up a ton of boxes, and now I've got this beautiful shelf. And unfortunately, I also have now a whole bin of Lego that needs to be sorted, but we'll do that in another video. So alright you guys, thank you so much for watching today's Lego room rearranging vlog. I really hope you guys enjoyed. It was a ton of fun to rearrange my Lego collection right here, and it's been something I've wanted to do for a really long time, so I'm very, very happy that I was able to do it here in the video. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and of course subscribe, and I will see you all here in the next one.